superior down the middle. This is the real secret of life, to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now, and instead of calling it work, realize it is play. Alan Watts. At over 11,000 feet, I look down at the road about 2,000 feet below. Visibility is perfect. I can see the entire mountain laid out before me. The light snow from the early morning is a distant memory. Deciding to drop in to my right, I plan to hook around and enter the steepest part of the descent. With my poles secured in my bag, my hands are free as I prepare to make the descent. This first turn can set the tone for the entire run, so I focus intently. I stand there and survey the drop in. There is a gully that will require me to ride straight down and then quickly bend into a bank to my right, which will shoot me to the left like a slingshot. I tip the nose of my board and ease into the gully to my right. The initial section is icy, an expected challenge since the fresh snow hasn't settled on the steepest areas. The first turn demands careful control of my toe side edge as I navigate down to the first small pile of accumulated snow. I make it safely and transition into a heel side carve. The surface is still icy and crusty, but I know the real magic is coming soon. Descending from the steep section, I see that just another 200-300 yards will bring me to the epic part of the run. My mind clears, focused solely on the turns ahead, searching for micro bump features where fresh snow has gathered. Within less than a minute, I've navigated the trickiest part of the run, but there is a long run ahead and plenty of catch points if I'm not careful. Stopping briefly, I take in the expansive field below. There's a rock outcrop I need to avoid, but beyond that, it's an almost perfect, untouched powder field. Given the temperature fluctuations and recent snow, I know there could be hidden hazards underneath, like sharks or ice traps. I take a deep breath and launch into a toe side carve, instantly feeling my mind empty and focusing purely on the carve itself. This part of the run feels bottomless, with no friction other than the board cutting through the powder. I make wide, flowing turns, transitioning smoothly from one carve to the next, feeling the board's speed increase as gravity pulls me down. My second carve, heel side, offers a breathtaking view of the sunrise over the Wasatch Mountains in Little Cottonwood Canyon. For a brief, 2-second moment, the stunning sunrise is a reminder of life's precious and scarce moments. Despite this reflection, my focus remains on the next turn, which is approaching quickly. Navigating around the rock outcrop, I begin to traverse left before dropping into the open field below. Reading the terrain, I aim to be prepared for any potential slides and make the most of my descent. After maneuvering past the rocks, I ride a narrow spine, carving down the mountain, hopping over and back again down this small spine. Riding the terrain as surfers ride waves, flowing and gliding with the mountain's contours. The snow is classic Utah champagne powder, giving me confidence that my flow with each turn will be soft and floaty. With no tracks in sight and moving down the run, I can open it up and enjoy the freedom of carving big flowing arcs. As I race downhill and get closer to the lower part of the run, speed increases, and my turns become tighter as the slope eases. I maintain my velocity, aiming to reach the road while savoring every moment. My knees feel the board cutting through the snow, and each turn sends a massive spray into the air. Glancing back briefly, I admire the magnificent line I've carved on the face of Superior. The sight warms my blood before I refocus on the descent. As the angle flattened, I cut left across the field, making my way towards the road. I let loose, straight-lining left to ease the hike back to the car. Dipping around some aspens at the trail's end, I land in a slushy mix by the roadside. The run has been nothing short of incredible, leaving me with a full soul and a sense of completion. Time for a post-tour bagel.